Okay, so today is Thursday, March 28th, 2019. I recorded earlier, but there was an error with the file. Low on memory. So even as I cleared out memory space, it wasn't soon enough. So what I recorded basically never got uploaded, and the file was corrupted, so I couldn't try and upload it again. So I'll just go over the gist of what I said. You disgusting. You who say you are spiritual and light workers and more are the most heinous and disgusting creatures I have ever encountered in my existence. End of discussion. You are not on good ground with me, and you never will be. You have been teaching people that everything that is wicked and evil in this world you have signed up for in committee to experience. You have given platforms to them, Oprah Winfrey, and anybody who actually subscribes to that in teaching and belief. You have allowed these people to undermine religion and its tenets, not because of what religion failed to teach, but what they, when they were members of the church, failed to come to an understanding, and that's why they broke away. It was easy for them to walk away from an ideology. Too many rules. We know what the rules are. First, you do no harm. Oh, but yet you secretly covet that which is the demise of another. You sit there and you say, I can now see the fault in you, but you cannot see the fault in me because I'm a good person. Oh, bitch, please. I know who you are. John 2 speaks to that. Now, I'm going to post it before I read it, because he brought it through as I was actually talking to you. But no, I'm not going to go over it again. But it had to do with Jesus turning, water into wine at a wedding. And when his mom came up to him and said, we're out of wine. And he was like, oh, woman, why are you bothering me about this? It's not my hour to reveal certain things. But she knew he could do certain things. You want to talk some shit? Let's talk it. Heike. You stand on the other side of the aisle and you point fingers at Donald Trump. Why? Because he's an easy target? Come on. Lori Bell Lipton. Come on. You can't teach stupid, right? Sheila? Come on. You do realize that statement is a fact, but it is still true even of you. When you are ignorant, even in your own mindset, you don't see yourself as that which you now despise. And at the same time, you say, I am separated from that because I am spiritual and not religious. You know that is just a title. You come from the same source. You speak the same game. You just speak it in different tongues. How dare you teach anybody in belief, whether it's yours or not, that they signed up for this garbage because you couldn't get down with the tenets of church, that it told you not to do certain things, and at the same time as it was being so corrupted, it was corrupted also by you who broke away from it. You did your damage and then you left. I know what you did. I know the hearts of men and women alike. You think I am just here talking out of both sides of my mouth? Bitch, please. I was one with you. understood every side, every desire, every need to be fulfilled, because we were intermingled in consciousness. Do you not understand the story of Christ and what his sacrifice was all about and why you came to him willy-nilly? You told on yourself long before you divorced yourself from the church, and at the same time you think I don't know who the fuck you are. Oh, my hour may not have come yet, but it is here. And you will experience it at my hand. You will not have a seat at my table. None of you will. You will find your way to hell right alongside those who you despise, the very Donald Trumps and the Mike Pences and more that you cannot stand. Those who will see you burn in hell. Because before they can see you burn in hell, they have to escort you there, or vice versa. And when you get there, you will not get out. I am not playing with any of you. I will not have you at my table. And I will not have you in the house of the Lord. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I can judge you, and I have judged you. You would have been better off not basically untagging me when I tagged you, but I'm bringing me all together so that I didn't see that you did that shit. Because I know the games people play. My shit is public. You can see it anyway. You want to know I posted some shit, and you want to know if I ever had to come at you. Well, now I have. I ain't thinking about you. Such pretty words coming out of your mouths of light and love. Do you know the light that you shine is first and foremost seen upon yourself? The shadow you cast is your own. And how deep it goes, how shallow it is, it's still you. Do you think that I have the gift of sight and cannot see what I see? You take pleasure in another being able to what? See death and destruction and mayhem and more, and you say that is healing being brought to the world, and you're supposed to be compensated for that? As you did the work to cut the cords, to sever the ties, to undermine an institution, one you say was man-made, as if you are not man or woman the same, undermining an institution? Do you think your logical stance, your argument in stance with me would fly? When I am man, I'm not my father. I'm a foot soldier. I'm a point man. And my father points me in the direction I need to look, and what I observed in you was disgusting. What you are is disgusting. You can give lip service all you want to what is wrong with this world, but I can tell you one thing, what you're not doing is correcting it. Because you had a hand in destroying it. You want somebody to applaud you for achievements that you have never, ever raised to a level of. You think Oprah Winfrey is so good when she gave a platform to all those demonistic teachers? Great Earth Mother? Oh, come on, people. Tyler Perry puts on that dress and misquotes scripture all the time, and all you do is laugh about it, and you think that shit is cute. And at the same time, because they're so successful, you think that's what you're supposed to subscribe to? To make a joke and a mockery out of religion? Oprah said it herself, use me up until I am gone. That was a request of hers. She already knew. She's getting her earthly reward. You want to follow suit. But you don't all get paid the same. You're made an example of. pitchforks, fire. Oh, they're going to burn you. The very people that you want to undermine will burn you, because they will take to the streets and they will say, you brought this scourge upon them. I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you what is coming, because I see it. Just like I saw people stabbed, shot, mowed down, major crashes, volcanoes, earthquakes, floods, all the stuff that you celebrate another psychic as having the gift of sight to see, and then you run to them to get a reading and they pay you what? Information? And you pay them what? Compensation for their time? Because they wouldn't do this work unless they were compensated for it. And you say that a storefront preacher is worse than them? They are good souls, and you are too? Oh, you don't want any parts of what I have to say. But the thing is, you're going to get it anyway. You have eyes to see, should see. Ears to hear, should hear. But what you don't do is stick your head in the sand and say, I didn't do that. If Donald Trump cannot admit to his wrongdoings, and you know damn well you are more like a Trumpette because you cannot admit to your own, then you will suffer the consequences. And it is not my concern. Will I take pleasure in it? No. But as you cry out, and you look to me, what you want me to do? I'm going to do what you did. Nothing. I'm just going to look at you and say, oh, well, I tried to tell you. You know that old smile that people who are of love and light like to give? That's you. You do realize that, don't you? Smug as bugs in a rug. You know what that is? Bed bugs, people. They bite and suck your blood. They carry diseases. They're carriers. They're pestilence. That's it. You would have been better off just unfriending me. Don't let me tag you and then let me see that you didn't accept the fact that I tagged you, because you don't want association with me to show up on your thread. Because you think you found a workaround. You didn't find a workaround. You had too many spies and spirit all around you. You hold no say over spirit as you've been poking your nose into the ethers. You don't know who your guides are. You don't know who your angels are. You don't know who they work for. And the devil always wants to get it back in good with God, which means he will turn tail on you, and he will leave you running. How you gonna cast out a demon when the power of Christ does not exist within you, and you cannot call upon it to compel that demon out? You will own up to your shit, and you will go to hell for it. Each and every last one of you. I only gave you a few names, but you all know who you are and what you have done in the eyes of God. You just don't think that it's supposed to play catch up with you. But see, by the time you realize exactly where you stand, it is already too late, because you did not pay attention to what the teachings were really all about. You thought you could call on some shit, do some shit, invoke Christ's name for protection as you were doing stuff that you know you had no business doing, because you knew it was dangerous and treacherous waters you were entering into. And then you thought that my Father would not reawaken me, that come back and do battle for him. Who the hell are you? I know who the hell I am, but who the hell are you? There's a reason why you don't share my word. There's a reason why a lot of you don't share my word, because you already know you skating on thin ice. But the thing is, that's not going to save you. If you think you were saved by the blood of Christ, you are disgusting. Because nobody should celebrate the death of another, and I don't give a fuck what you think you believe in. Thank you for your service. For going over there and coming back in a body bag for a cause that had nothing to do with me. You're fighting wars and lands you have no business in. Business you have no business in. Oh, but yes you do. Your corporations do. They have an investment that's got to be protected. And they send your kids over there to protect it. And say that they fight for your freedom. And then you bring them back here and they commit suicide because you don't welcome them with the open arms that you promised. You don't fulfill half the things that you say you would do, including health care. Your president has health care. Members of Congress have health care. The Supreme Court has health care. But the people, their health care is on the chopping block. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what you think you're going to work for every day, and your tax dollars are going to the wrong causes. Because your tax dollars are going to those who you voted into office, who actually are supposed to control the purse strings. And the way they spending your money is convoluted and comical. In your face they have spit. And you think you still have a voice. In a land of the free and the home of the brave. You ain't brave enough to take to the streets and take them down. You can't even get your neighbor under control. That's how sick you are. So, in a nation founded under one God, with all these cultures and all these religious ideologies, and nobody is actually free to truly practice their own, what the fuck do you think you're going to look like showing up at my door, saying you ready to come into the house of the Lord, when I already know what you have done? I know the hearts of men and women the same. You want to force people to have babies and they put them in the toilet. Then you want to jail up a child endangerment. Maybe you should have let them abort that baby and not sit there and talk about that you believe so much in the sanctity of a life that you yourself won't take responsibility for. What, you raising them up for target practice later in life? For your police force, your military, and more? You think I don't see you for what you are? You are disgusting. You don't care about life. You care about your dog and your cat more than you care about another human soul. You step over them on the street all the time. You think I don't see that shit? And you do it for $1. For all the money Oprah has, all I see is her out there making more money. I don't see her out there doing all these other things. Oh, she might have that school in Africa. She's got a network. And she also has Weight Watchers and more that she had to lend her face back to because her stock was tanking. And it's an investment in that company. And she's always on The View, on Good Morning America, talking about Oprah's favorite things. A carryover from her show. And y'all can't wait to run out there and buy that shit. This is in Oprah's house. This is in her bathroom. She believes in these things. And then you want to give that bitch to me too? Don't get me wrong. When she first came on the scene, I liked her. And again, I was asleep. Just like Tyler Perry. But at the same time, when I first saw his first show live, I said, what the fuck is this? And y'all gravitated toward that shit. You just like seeing that man in the dress. Acting a fool, which is what he would do. And then they would stop and do some gospel music, and then they would go back to playing. That's not really quality writing, people. I've seen enough of his movies. They are not quality written pieces of drama. They're just comedy. And he'll tell you that. He said, don't look for nothing here spectacular or whatnot. You just gonna laugh. Because that's all he's looking for. Laugh. And whatever profits he makes, that works for him. He got an island. He got a studio. He got a mansion. He got a house in LA. He got a ranch in Montana or some shit like that. I mean, he got all kind of shit. A lot of you have all kind of shit. And I guess that's supposed to mean you have arrived. But then Oprah had a reality check when she was over there in Paris, and they didn't know who she was. And she had to put them on public blast in order to get an apology. Because she was still just a nigger girl when she went in that shop. Because see, people still have their preconceived notions, and they don't give a fuck who you think you are in their eyes. That's why you have these athletes being pulled over by these cops, and these cops don't give a fuck about who they are. They don't even give a fuck if they play for their home team. Remember your place, nigga. I ain't thinking about you. So white people, don't part your lips at me. Flap your gums at me and tell me that you have made a progressive stance. You have not. You have undermined an institution. And what you will do to one thing, you will do to another. And that has been made clear. You have made it crystal clear. And you don't care about the fact that it's one of your own now. Because the lines are drawn. And you are poised for an eternity of hellish damnation, trying to work out an ideal with them without a body. And that really is a nightmare that you cannot wake up from. So I'll tell you what. Thank Michelle White Dove. Thank Denise Lynn. Thank Lisa Williams. Thank Joseph Tittle. Come on. John Edwards. Come on. Jonathan Lewis. Lisa Beachy. Deanna Durrell. Thank all your New Age spiritual advisors, because they've all studied the same shit and they all teach it. Farhan. They just attack it from a different venue. They divvied up the pie. They divvied up you. And you run to them like they're the best thing since sliced bread. Because you couldn't hack it under one program. So you said, this one's easier. I can work that one. But that one was always poised to be a place for your downfall. Now, whether you accept that or not, that's not my problem. I just know that you're not going to make it in the discussion. Bye-bye, Felicia. Your piece will be out.